Today on the minisode, we're talking about, do you know when to hold them? Do you know when to fold them? And do you know when to walk away?
Have you hit a wall when it comes to growing your interior design business? Then welcome to Wingnut Social, the podcast specifically designed to accelerate your business through increased social media presence, impactful online content, and translating industry experience into physical success. This is your design business tightly fastened. Now welcome the hosts of Wingnut Social, Darla Powell and Natalie Graff.
Hey there, welcome to the Monday Marketing Minisode. I'm your host, Darla Jethro Powell, and I am joined by the soulless ginger,
Natalie Ann Giraffe.
Natalie Ann Graff.
Giraffe? I thought it was giraffe.
The crime-fighting giraffe.
This is right. Darla, I would like to point out that your intro is a straight-up country song.
No.
I'm just saying.
Who's not familiar with Kenny Rogers?
I don't know. I think I used to sing that to Abby when I used to rock her to sleep at night. I mean, you know.
Yeah, there's nothing like
once,
a little.
Once a redneck, always a redneck kind of thing, you know?
Yeah, let's encourage your child to gamble.
Yeah, that's right. Hey, it was fun.
The more you know. Do.
The more I know.
Natalie, this minisode was Shayna Heinrich's idea. This is our director of Wingnut Social for the uninitiated, and she's brilliant. So you guys, let's say you have your social media and you have it swimming along, you have control of it, you're posting regularly, but how do you know when you need to change things? How do you know when to leave it as the status quo? And how do you know what to do with those people who comment who are just buttheads? Maybe say negative things about you or your brand or something that you believe in. How do we deal with these things?
Is that why the topic of this is to know when to hold them?
Yeah, know
when. Is that
when
like you're supposed to
them.
hold your tongue and like not say anything, or hold your
Know
fingers
when
so that
to walk away,
so your fingers don't just lash out and you say anything you want to say on social media because it's written and recorded and someone can look that up and use that against you?
Yeah, and you want to take the high ground. But Natalie, guess what you're doing?
What am I doing, Darla?
Getting ahead of yourself.
I always get ahead of myself.
All right, so let's start off with the first part of the Kenny Rogers song, Know When to Hold 'Em. So this is actually a statistical thing.
Say
for
that
you guys
10
to look
times.
out. Statistical. I cannot.
Okay, thank you.
I was done it too. Okay. So when you're looking at your stats, which you can see on Instagram, you can view the insights on your individual post. You can check the insights in your settings to see what's doing better, percentage of engagement. Just if you don't know that, we have gone over that in past minisodes. So if you have any questions, it's pretty easy to Google to see your stats on Instagram. Just saying that before we go in here. So when do you just keep the status quo? When do you hold them? And a good rule of thumb is when 50% of non-followers are seeing your posts, you want to stick with the hashtags that you're using. If it ain't broke, don't change it, because that's an incredibly good statistic. That's the goal. When you go in there and look at your insights, you want to see what your reach is, and you want to see about 50% of the people who aren't following you are seeing your stuff, and we're enticing them to come see your stuff.
That means you're using your hashtags correctly, right?
Yeah, exactly. That means your hashtags are absolutely working for you. They might not have followed you yesterday. They might not follow you tomorrow, but you're staying in front of them. You're staying in front of them and they will follow. So that's the secret formula.
That's kind of the secret. And then also, isn't there another little thing that you need to look at?
There's a little another.
Yeah, another thing, that engagements are at 5 to 10% of your followers.
Yeah, and that seems kind of low, but that's actually pretty healthy engagement rate. So if you have 100,000 followers, you want engagement rate of what, 5,000?
That's a lot.
That's a lot. 5 to 10,000, is that? Yeah, on your post. And there's really, Instagram won't spell that out for you. You're actually going to have to do some math. Here, math is hard. The struggle is real, and figure out, I have this many followers. I had this many average comments on my post. That's a so-and-so percentage. And I will say that 5 to 10% is pretty difficult to get. 5% is probably more realistically achievable with Instagram these days. But if you have that going on, ain't broke, don't fix it.
I like the ain't broke, don't fix it.
Know when to fold them. Okay, this is pretty easy and pretty shortcut. And
when you don't have any aces.
All right. So when you are just too busy designing and you are overwhelmed, you want to delegate that. You want to delegate your social media out, whether it's to an agency like us, Wingnut Social, who do your social marketing, whether you hire someone in-house, you get an intern to do that. That's when you want to fold them. You just are too busy designing. You do not have the time at your rate of $150 an hour to sit there staring and drooling on Instagram or Facebook or Twitter.
You that old saying, time is money.
Time is money.
Time is money.
Time is money, legit money. And you will get clients from Instagram. At least we do. We get most of our leads from Instagram. So there's some money there. I guess you can justify it that way. But delegate. I'm the queen of delegation. Well, maybe Sandra Funk is the queen. I'm the princess of delegation.
You're pretty darn good at delegation. Let me tell you.
You want to sing the next one?
Walk away. No.
No, when? Walk away.
No, Mackie's going to walk away. His ears are dying. I have Mackie in the studio with me today.
I never claimed to be a singer, but it's fun.
Well, walking away.
Okay, so here, listen.
I know the answer to this one, when to walk away.
Yeah. So sometimes, once in a blue moon, you're going to have people commenting on your account. Man, really? You chose that color? I would have chosen this, or that's ugly, or it's going to happen. You can't be all things to all people. And you kind of don't want to delete that, right? Because that's going to look very manufactured. You don't want to edit or censor the truth of fan base. And
you need to own it. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Put your big girl pants on and own what was said about you and move along and walk away.
But if it's really egregious and you has your dander up, then walk away, cool off for a while, come back, when you're a little more settled down, when you can take the high road. And here's the thing, your audience isn't stupid. They see when you take the high road and they appreciate it. And I can't tell you how many accounts, there's one in particular, which will go unnamed, unmentioned, whose design account is really kind of mean-spirited. I'm not going to say who it is. And people see that. People see that some of the comments and are mean-spirited by the poster, but they walk away. They take the high road and they vote with their feet. And a bonus tip.
Oh yeah,
you got to sing it.
No.
You never count your money.
Okay, let's talk about money for just 5 seconds here, because this is something that I have noticed and I have seen that I think people need to start doing. Set aside a budget for marketing. Yeah. Because if you don't have that budget for marketing, you can't really count your money while you're sitting at the table, because you're not really bringing any new in. You need to actually be willing to let some of it go so it can reach all of these guys you're trying to reach, your demographic, your target market, and bring that money in, the real ROI. Something
I heard that was really interesting at High Point Market on one of the panels, it was very refreshing. I can't remember who said it for the life of me. Forgive me, whoever it was. Menopause is a bitch. My memory's terrible. But they said that what they did in the recession, 2008, 2009, when the recession hit, the last thing that they touched was their marketing budget. In fact, they increased it. Do you remember that?
I do, but now I'm having the same drawing the blank of who said that. So if you said that, please remind us. But no, that's something that you don't touch. Don't touch your marketing. If that's how you're bringing in new clients, why cut it? And a lot of times I see that designers are not spending enough in that or don't budget for that. And then they have no marketing budget. So they have nothing to cut. So when a recession hits, what are you going to do?
And their pipeline's dried up. Yeah. They haven't established that. Anyway, that was just a little bonus part of the song.
That's a whole can of worms for that song. You could go, that's way beyond a chorus there.
So thank you, Shana Heinrichs, and thank you, Kenny Rogers, for all that. And
yes, guys, thank you.
If you like what you hear, please leave us a review on iTunes or whatever the hell you're listening to this podcast on. Tell your friends, what the hell, tell your enemies, follow us on social, and that's it for this Marketing Monday. Got anything else now?
Nope, so long.
See ya.
You've reached the end of this episode of Wingnut Social, but that's only your first step. Be sure to head to wingnutsocial.com to reach out to us directly and schedule your free consultation with one of our Wingnut social media specialists to take your business from social mediocre to social media master. We'll see you on the next episode of Wingnut Social, your social media tightly fastened.
Good boy, Mango.